Hello, my name is Jamie, and today I am doing a book review on North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. This is my introduction to this author. I've heard of Elizabeth Gaskell, but I don't think I've read any of her books yet. I've heard of the story North and South. I know there's movies and TV series about it, and there's actually one I have my eye on that I'm going to be watching with a couple of friends of mine because they've also read this book, so that should be fun. But the story is about Margaret. Margaret is the main character, and she and her parents live at Hellstone. Her father is a vicar, I think is what you would say. He's in the church. He has decided that he no longer agrees with some of the theology within the church, so he has decided to step down. And that means a lot of changes for Margaret and her parents. They have to leave Hellstone and they move to a town called Milton. And in Milton, it is very different from Hellstone. Hellstone is in the country. It's beautiful, clean air, lots of countryside and foliage and trees and long walks, and it's beautiful, right? But in Milton, it's a manufacturing town. So there's a lot of buildings and a lot of factories and smoke, and it's dirtier, and the people are more hustling and bustling to do their work and get things done. And it's a very drastic change for Margaret. When she first gets to Milton, she is not happy to be there. She doesn't like the change. She doesn't like the town, doesn't like the people. But as she spends time there, she gets to know the people, specifically a man named Mr. Higgins, who works in one of these manufacturing plants. He's very poor. He has two daughters, and he is discontent with his lot in life and where he is working, how he has to work constantly to take care of his two daughters. Margaret also comes in contact with Mr. Thornton, who, on the other end, is one of the masters of the manufacturing plants. So Margaret finds herself in the middle. She's friends with one of the masters and one of the employees. Now, in this book, it's not like it is kind of in America where employees and employers a lot of times can talk to each other, and there's more of a, not companionship, but there is somewhat of a relationship between employees and employers. In this book, during that time, possibly in England, that wasn't a thing. The employees could not bring their grievances to the employer. There was no conversation at all there. So when Mr. Thornton has to lower wages because of his product not selling, the employees, Mr. Higgins included, get very upset and they start a strike because they don't want their wages to be lowered. So this book is about Margaret's relationship with Mr. Thornton, with Mr. Higgins and his daughters, with her parents, and the dynamic they all have with each other in this town in Milton, how it affects her parents going forward, how the tensions between Mr. Thornton and Mr. Higgins and the rest of the employees, how they rise and fall, and if there will ever be I don't want to say reconciliation because they were never reconciled. They were not close in the first place. But Margaret wants to see there be more communication between the masters and the employees in these manufacturing plants. So it's this big old political book, but there's a lot of drama between the characters and a lot of heart, but a lot of things to think about while they are learning about each other and learning how to work together. And it's a big book. It's 403 pages, and there is drama to the very last page. Let me say that. You're always wondering if a certain thing is going to happen and how it's going to happen. And at the very last page, you finally find out what's going to happen. I don't want to give anything away. So Elizabeth Gaskell, this book was written in, I should have looked it up because sometimes these newer publishers, they'll put when they published the book and not when the original story was written. Like here it says, this edition published in 1994 but it also has a 1987 date. But I think that is rather late as far as when this book was published. It doesn't say on the back either. I will look that up, and I will put the publication date at the end of this video after my outro. So if you want to know when it was published, stay tuned for that. I will put it in there. I did enjoy this book. There wasn't a lot I didn't like about it. I guess some would say it's rather wordy because it is 403 pages, and that's what the pages look like. There's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of long paragraphs. Like, some will be the length of the page paragraphs, just describing the countryside, or a big old long dialogue paragraph that one person gives to each other. It really does get into the nitty and gritty of what is going on in these manufacturing plants. So there's a lot of information, but I highly enjoyed it. I like books like this that are very long and detailed, and you're just following these characters and seeing what's going to happen in their lives. Like Charles Dickens books, for me, it's kind of like you're watching a TV series. It's not one movie where you watch it and it's done. You just keep following the lives of these people. So if that's your thing, then you will like this book. I heard someone describe it as being a mix between Jane Austen and Charles Dickens, because there is the drama that Jane Austen has in her books, but it also deals with the poor and political stuff like Charles Dickens does. So the two styles are brought together by Elizabeth Gaskell, and she does a really good job weaving them together to the point where the reader enjoys both the drama and the political atmosphere of the story. So I really liked it. I think you will too. I will definitely be looking for more novels by Elizabeth Gaskell. This was a great first one for me, and I'm excited to read more from her. That's all I have for you today. I hope you're doing well. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. If you have questions about this book, leave them down in the comment section below, and I will talk to you in our next one. Goodbye. I looked it up, and North and South was published in serial form in, get this, Charles Dickens magazine. I believe it's called Household Words, but it was published between September 1854 and January 1855. So around there. All of it done in 1855, in case you were wondering.